Okay, everyone, it's day 2. I hope that day 1 went okay. Just again, make sure that you're getting any questions into me. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to go ahead and make sure you have your definition sheet out. And you're also going to want to have your compound interest worksheet available for your lesson today, so make sure you have that. It should be attached to this lesson as well. All right, so we are continuing with compound interest. We've done it for a time that could be any amount. We've done it for years when it's compounded at different times per year. And now we want to talk about compounding interest continuously. So here in your next slot, we're going to have compound interest again. But this time, we're going to put in parentheses continuously. And I'm wondering, as you guys did your page 1 of your compound interest worksheet yesterday, did you see that the more times we compound it, the better deal it is for us? So if compound interest, if continuously really existed in the monetary world, that would be awesome. But it's not quite there. We can compound interest daily, but they haven't gotten to the compounding continuously. Another thing you should have seen is that as we approach the end of that table on page 1, that you should have noticed that it was approaching a number about 2.72, and we're going to talk about that today. So to compound interest continuously, it's going to be A, that's still our amount, P, our principal, E, and that all to the power of R times T. So the only thing different here is this letter E, and it's actually a number. It's called the natural number. It's an irrational number, so it has a symbol kind of like pi, and it's approximately 2.72. I do want to show you on your calculators, so I'm going to put my calculator under here, that you can use the exact value of E. If you scroll down the left side of your calculator and you see this ln, above that is E in blue, so if you want to use it, you're going to have to hit the second button in ln, and I'll show you a little bit more in a couple of minutes when we finish this definition. All right. And also, this is going to be lesson 1 of 2, just so I can keep the videos short. They upload better that way. So this is just part 1 of 2. We will be using the definition sheet for part 2 as well, so just keep it out when you are continuing watching the lessons. All right, so here's our example. If we had this equation, A equals 100 e to the 0.06 t, here's what it says. It's still really similar to what we did above, but this says I have $100 invested at 6% continuously. So really similar before, but notice I just put the rate in there. I don't add a 1 to it. And so if I'm growing, it's also a positive rate. So let's say I'm actually losing 6%. What does that look like? So let's say I'm talking about maybe depreciation. So if I had this equation, 100 e to the negative 0.06 t, this is $100 that's losing 6% continuously. And just a note on this, T is still in years. And we want to add this note that if you are losing interest, put interest as a negative. All right. So here's what we should have had for lesson 1. We have the compound interest continuously. If it's growing, you put that rate in as a positive. If it's depreciating or you're losing money, you want to put it in as a negative 0.06. All right, I'm going to stop for now. Make sure you guys have time to you can freeze the screen and make sure you finish your notes. And then I will be starting lesson 2.